Today's evening, we will be today here for understanding the match plans, the match journey of the residency 2027. I hope maybe few of you who applied last year may not able to get a successful match, and few of them are very first time applicant for this match cycle. So this session is going to be interactive. This session is going to be pro database. This session is going to be more informative rather than just based on the information which is everybody knows, right? So I'm going to share my personal experience with training with so many students across the globe. It doesn't matter whether you are from India, outside of India, or any part of the world. How the match look you for your journey, that is what we'll be going to talk about it. Okay. All right, everybody. So myself is Harshit Chaurasia, your today's host, and today we'll be going to talk about the entire match journey for the match 2027. How your next session is going to be, your September this cycle, how you have to perform, and what happened last year. Maybe like few of you who already applied last year went unmatched. So what all the corrections, upgradation, and managements can be taken up? Let's directly jump on to the next. What happened this year, this last cycle of 2026? So understand one thing, which we all need to be very very clear before we jump into the stats and anything. There are two categories of an applicant. One is called a US IMG. Another one is called a non-US IMG. Okay. The entire game plan of the IMG selection ratio is between these two categories. Okay. These are limited in numbers but higher in matching. These are higher in numbers but comparatively lesser in matching. However, the percentage when you see it, not much impact, but as an applicant, you may see that there is a growing and the upward match results is coming around with the match 20 match IMG's match for the US one. So when we talk about last year, what happened is that 53,373 were the total applicants who booked for the ERAS token. Okay, so the journey starts with the first of ERAS, or we can say that residency CAS. We'll come to some different terminologies back again to understand what all the things are these. Okay, out of these 53,374, 48,050 are those who submitted their complete application, did their interviews, and then finally submitted the rank order list. Okay, so this is a very good number. But out of this, 38,354 were those who actually got the PGY1, postgraduate year one. Okay, so uh, when it comes to the PGY1, you guys have to understand we get an opportunity to book as PGY1. We get to have an opportunity to apply as PGY2 plus Y3 as well, or Y4, whatever the size of a residency program it is. So one is called a categorical position, which covers everything. Another one is called a preliminary position, which covers your first year. So I'm including both the things, and then it comes to 38,354. But there are certain more positions which is also called as advanced positions. Okay, some research positions and other ones as well. So when it concludes to all the category of position and all the students who applied, so out of those 48,050, because these are those actually who completed their application and submitted for the ranking so that they will get match. So out of those people, 41,482% of the people got successfully matched. Okay. Can anybody quickly drop me a message? What is this number? Let's, all right. Correct. Jesse. So Jesse, this is the total number of positions which US US offers to us. So out of those 44,344, 41,482 are the total positions which got completely filled. That means still there is a scope of having a opportunity to get a placement because 3,000, approximately 3,000, 2,900 seats are still vacant. How these seats will be available? These seats will be available in the open market, which is called post-match openings, or we called it as unmatched seats, or we called it as stray vacancy or something like that. Now, we as an IMG, the selection ratio last year, which happened is for the US IMGs who matched, this is 67.9%, and non-US IMGs who matched, it's 54.4%. Earlier in the last year, it was 56% approx, or it was approximately 55.5%. So this is increasing and this is dropping. But this is dropping. The problem is not that the numbers are increasing. More and more IMGs are applying. Every year you see the number of IMGs are applying, non-US IMGs are applying more. That's why maybe the percentage is getting lower down. However, when you see the US IMGs who those are applying, these are lessing. This year, 188 IMGs, US IMGs less apply comparative to last year. Okay. So, so this is the fundamental records that comes around for the match 2026. Okay. Now let us talk about some emerging location from the last 3 years, what's happening. Okay. Earlier, we were all aware about the New York, Florida, Texas, and Pennsylvania, and they're nearby states where you guys can simply apply as an IMG. New York is basically becoming a hub of the applications, hub of the interviews, and the hub of the matching. But now this hub, this saturation is now shifting to other states as well. Other states are ready to take you. Other states are ready to take us as well. So these states, which we called it as in Ohio, Illinois, Michigan, and Indiana, these are taking a very vital impact in the matching. I have seen so many students getting matched outside of these two, three locations and getting more placements in the other locations. Now, what is happening? Okay, when it comes to an application, when we submit the application, when we make our own application, we make the checklist, right? We make the program list. We make our ERAS, which is our CV. We make our personal statement, a story. We make our signals, right? So those are still unsure about what I'm talking about. You can drop a message. I'm ready to help you out as well about every single terminologies. Okay. So, so every single thing earlier we aligned it as a general, right? So whether I'll be applying for these location or these location or these locations, my application becomes everything with is similar, right? Then this earlier to post 2024, these thing comes up, which is called signaling. Then it comes to meaningful experience nowadays. Then it comes to impactful experiences. And then again, it comes to the geographical preferences. Now what is happening? Now this program actually want you where you want to live on a longer side. Whether you wanted to go ahead with my region or you wanted to go with this region or that region. Okay. So this will help programs to understand what you are thinking, what you are actually planning about. Okay. So this is where nowadays the application is more forwarding comparative to having a saturated location to an emerging places. Okay. So nowadays, you guys not need to be rely on, okay, I'll be getting interviews from New York because the programs are more. Obviously, there are a lot of programs in New York, but still, you have better options in the other states as well. If your application is not like 250s in step two, step one, step two qualified, and step three qualified in first attempt, no backlogs, having a great CV, some volunteering, some extracurriculars, some sportsmanship, some leadership. Like you are a complete applicant. If you're still having some lagging, no worries. Don't look at these states. You have other states with you. Weak application can be accommodated in these locations as well. I'm not telling you not need to work on those applications, but I would say rather to apply in those locations where we are very, very competitive. Apply to those where you have leniency, where they can at least look at your application. Okay. So now let us again talk about one more thing which is really new. Last 2 years they have established this system is called as residency cash. Last year, what happened is a few of my students who applied in a dual program, so they put the dual application as a part of EM, emergency medicine. Okay. So since the EM last year, if we talk about the specific specialization, only 19 programs participated under the ERAS, and rest approximately 300 programs or 250 to 300 programs participated under residency CAS. Okay, so those are specific about EM. Start learning about how this residency cast works, because that is a really different portal. Really, I would say, it's a new generation system, like a lot of dashboard and the relative accessibility is comparatively easier, but again it's very different. You need to learn a lot of things from there. Okay, how to initiate a letter from there, what about the SLOE and a lot of other things. So this traditional platform has has different capacities for different specializations. This new platform has a capacity for EM and ophthalm. Okay. Even if you're planning for a backup opportunity as an EM, so make sure that you should have an access of residency cards, because the deadline for both the applicant applications are same. Okay. It doesn't matter if it is residency cards or a ERAS. Okay. So for further queries, if somebody is still having any specific queries regarding the EM application, we can have a further talk later on about that. Okay. Now let us understand about the specialty competition. Okay. Before I proceed, I just wanted to have you to be an open one, like which specialty you are planning for. So I can give my personal feedback, my thoughts, my experiences, what happened the last couple of years. Whether you are planning for IM, EM, PEDS, emergency medicine, psychiatry, or any outside specialization, if it is still there, so you can drop me a message as well. Yeah, so drop over the chat box quick. You guys are planning for which specialization? Okay. Siddharth, IM, Arfat, emergency medicine, Bhargav, IM, Monish, IM and FM, cardiology. Harun, I'm not talking here about the super specializations or the fellowships. If you are having a cardiology, that means probably you are planning for internal medicine, right? Fusion, IM, FM, combo of IM, FM, IM, FM, geriatrics. Okay. Again, IM. Okay. IM, FM. So majority of you are from IM only. Okay. This is a very common specialization among all the category of IMGs. See, to be very honest, I'll tell you two scenarios of two of my different students. Okay, so the one is EAD. She comes under the EAD. Okay, she'll be having a 3 years work permit in United States. One is non-US IMG. Okay, she comes under US IMG. She not comes under USIMG, but she has an exceptional case, has a exception of a visa, right? So she don't require any visa. She got 3 interviews. She got 9 interviews. Okay. She's an old grad. She's a fresh grad. Um, she'll be having a clinical experience, high clinical experience in US, probably 2 years plus. She'll be having 5 rotations, 5 USC, 5 months of USCE. Okay. She'll be having thousands of hobbies to do. She's not having much things to evaluate in the CV, because she is a homemaker as well. She is having a family in US, and she used to live in a closed version of herself. Okay. So you can see this looks like a very simple profile. The only benefit is visa. She is having a great profile, having thousands of things, which is keeping her more talented. Okay. So you need to understand whether you are talented or you have an extra edge. If you are having an extra edge, like a visa support or your family ties, or very strong family ties. Maybe your one of the family member is under the program, or they are ready to help you at the next level of, connecting you with the right people who are there in the system. Okay, so that they can give you the better opportunity. Because see, it's a job in a nutshell. If you're planning for a job, obviously make sure one thing that okay, if your recommendation comes around, that will again play a very impactful role. So if let us suppose we talk about, we all are a general people, we don't have any recommendation, we don't have any ties, right? Let's talk about in general things. So the in general thing comes around is okay, the first very basic thing is, if you're still having step 2 CK high, make it sure that you should have a step 3 done. Okay, I've seen students with 247 not getting matched just because of step 3. It is not because they are not going to get matched. They are not going to get matched because the program's requirement is they only rank to the people who are done with step 3. That is the one very simple thing which you need to keep in mind. And as soon as possible, before the application submits, try to give it. The reason is, when you submit the application, your USMLE transcript will be uploaded. That means you will be straight away filtered. Okay, you have a step 3. Now let us talk about it. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing is dedicated USC. I have seen students with internal medicine having, you know, a rotation of EM as well, surgery as well. Maybe some of them is having a ophthalmology as well. Whatever and howsoever you are getting, you are doing it. No, it is not that. You try to do EM and their subspecialty. Subspecialties are like cardiac, nephro, neuro, not neuro, yeah, this hemo-oncology, infectious disease and all. You guys can do that. Okay. Now the third one, which is the most important thing that is coming around, is if you have an FM rotation and their LOR. And if you're planning to apply for IM as a dual backup option, like you are dedicated to FM, but you are keeping IM as a backup. So not at all a problem. You can do. I have seen students, their LORs works out. The the strategic content line of the LOR plays a vital role in getting the placements. Okay. So you should not be much worried about if you have an FM LOR and you are still planning for a IM alongside, so you can do that. For those who are planning for IM, I just tell you two, three stats. More than 720, maybe approximately this year it is coming around. These are the number of programs where you will be applying. You can apply. Almost 450 programs are those programs, those who offer visa. They offer visa, okay, but all of them not accept the IMGs. When you shortlist your program, let's say you have a 240, no backlog on anything, you will be somewhat around landing to 250 to 270 programs if you are having a decent, very great profile. And if you have certain backlogs or certain other filtrations, then you'll be coming less than 200 programs. Okay. We will be going to help you around shortlisting those qualified qualitative program. Our team is making a huge systematic insider database of the residency programs, which not just help you with shortlisting, but also understand your ties, your regional ties, your rotation ties, your mid-school ties, your location ties. Lot of things will be coming around. So in today's era of technology, we are trying best to gather a lot of information. Our team is dedicatedly working on that, and probably by this month end, you will be going to get this access as well. Now, the same goes to about family medicines. Family medicine, they're quite lenient about this course. Not they are expecting like 250s, 260s as a baseline, but yeah, 240s, 235, 230s are one of those where you can look forward. Okay, the students which I was talking about, both of them are having lower than 240. Those who got matched. Okay. But family medicine, if you actually want to get match, if you need to show your passion towards a long-term intent to practice in a community medicine, okay? You need to show somewhere either in your, I would say, you can show in your residency program, your personal statement, you can show in your application or somewhere else as well. Okay. So so they can actually understand and feel about you. Okay, you are the one who good fit for these type of roles. Okay. Now the third one is coming around for pediatrics. So pediatrics is completely different from IM and FM, right? We all know. So specialty like pediatric, they are very, very prominent, they are very rigid, and they are very clear about their goals. So if you are planning for pediatrics, make sure your pediatric application should be strongly recommending your passion towards the children, their health system, and the patient communication with their parents, right? So, those are the med school students planning for the match cycle this year. If you still have an opportunity to volunteer some things relevant to childcare help and all, so you can do that. That's gonna be one of the great opportunity. And the USC pediatrics, obviously, that's matters, right? For EM, I'm not sure about how many of you are very clear about, the difference between IM and EM. It looks same, but the difference is that it's a in US it's a full-time 12 hours of a job. Okay, you are very dedicated about, upfront initiative of the patient care, and your patient will not be lasting more than 4 to 6 hours max to max, right? So you'll be more proactive, more disciplined in terms of, pushing your patient towards the early healthcare and closing that entire prescription, or we can say the disease within few hours or maybe in few minutes, right? So, that what you have to show as a applicant, that okay, this is what exactly a type of applicant we are. Okay, and there is a statement. There is an LOR. Again, this is called letter of evaluation. Supplemental letter of evaluation, that is from the EM physician you need to keep. If you can take from the US EM physician, that's better and the best as well. And obviously ability to handle the pressure, because this is a very short term, short case, emergency treatments. We call it as usually the accidentals and the traumas which is coming around in the day to day lifestyle. And then the new specialization, which is psychiatry, right? I don't know, this in the entire this session, nobody's there for psychiatry, but for the psychiatry, I just want to tell you is that this is a very growing specialization, and a lot of Indian students, those are very keen about that. They are planning to get match, and I have seen so many students are also getting match. A lot of communities has been established in the US. Those are closely working for the psychiatry aspirants as well. And the best part is that Indian experiences are also matters, and they do accept those experiences as a part of your journey. Okay, so I will take your questions back to back at the end of the session. Okay, but I request everybody to still type the questions so that you can't miss anything, and I'll be there to help you out with all your doubts and the queries. Okay, so what works for you? What exactly gonna work for you for this match cycle? First is rotations under the residency program. Um, I'm not sure about all of you will get these type of opportunities, but if you can get it, you should grab at any cost, at least for one or two rotation. Doesn't look forward with the money. Look forward with what best rotation you can get as a residency under the residency program. Okay, because that LOR plays a very vital role. You will be keeping that experience as your most meaningful experience, because this is what gonna play the next role. Now, program director is not gonna see your 10, 12 page of a resume or your ERAS CV. They're gonna see you what you are highlighting. Okay, so make sure your highlighters are valued enough. Okay. Now, in case of, I have seen with family physicians and the family medicine aspirants, they usually won't get much, the residency rotations. So they'll be having a good family clinics, which are quite relevant, or even if they are new. So yeah, LOR matters the most. So with the FM case, I would recommend a combination of outpatient and inpatient. If you are getting it, you can go ahead. Rather, all the other specialties, you are best good for at least do one or two. If two, then superb, then at least, but still, if you have one to afford, then go for a one very quality rotation. Okay. Now the shortlist the program based on stats. Okay, I have a quick question with all of you, because a lot of students are still there, right? So, um, apart from scores, year of graduation gap, experience, step three results, and anything, what additionally you look at while shortlisting the program? What do you think? What are the most important key points? A quick chat, everybody. Connections, okay, okay. Non-US IMG percentage, IMG friendliness, okay, okay. Location, great, okay. Any other one? IMG friendliness. Okay. See, IMG friendly is a common category. Everybody see. We are IMGs. We look at. What is cutoff marks? Okay. Okay. Fellowship. Okay. Scores. Okay. Scores in terms of what? Eligibility or interview ranking. There are again two different facts. They used to say that okay, we take applicants for the applications. Let's say at 220, but they don't take interviews at 220. Okay, they just take applications. Interview they may be taking at 230, 232, 222. Okay, okay. Geographical preference. Okay, how the program take care of residents. Okay, it is very hard to justify, Dilip, how the program take care of the residents. It's very hard to justify, right? Okay, I have a few pointers. Okay, do you have ever thought ki, let us see whether this program completely filled or partially filled? Because we all came to know that 2,300, sorry, 2,900 seats are still getting vacant, right? So whether this entire program's filled from the last 3, 4 years or not. Okay, that's one thing. That means like the program is taking all the time students, they are getting all the time students or not. It is not like that they have a great opportunity that all of they can take all the students at one go. No. It is a ranking system. They may get, may not get. It is completely based on the interest of student as well. If the students are not ranking high to the program, they're not getting match. Okay. So one is about the reputation of, not reputation, I would say stats of a program in the last at least 3 years. That's one thing. Second thing is, have you ever thought, okay, let us talk about whether the residents are from which locations? For example, somebody is from Pakistan, okay, who is attending my session today. If you are getting an opportunity to see that, let's say, X program is having 10 residents, out of which two are from Pakistan, one is from Nepal, and one is from Caribbean island, and rest six are from USA. So shall I approach this program for application for interviewing rather than other aspect, so that at least I could get an interview? Maybe there's a high chance of having a match as well, because I'm an applicant where they already take the applicant from my region, right? Am I correct or not? That's the second thing. The third next level of thing is, which will help you in building the connections as well. A student who graduates from my med school, that is my senior, okay? Because senior may be, who is the one who graduated 5 years back, then he wait for, couple of years, and then he applied for exam, and then he matched, right? You might be not aware about that student, but still he's there in the system. So if a student who graduate from your med school may be one of your best connection, because you can say that, hey, I'm from, let's say, Malareddy Institute of Medical Sciences, Hyderabad. I came to know that you also graduated from there, and I'm the one who will be applying for match next year. So I'll be looking forward you to stay in touch with you. If still, if you could help me out in that. So as a personal ties, med school ties is also one of the next level of opportunity which you can look at. Now, these are the most, I would say, one of the most important thing also you guys have to consider, which is easily accessible. Right now it is not in the system, but yeah, soon we are also working on it to provide you this kind of environment. Okay, apart from that, signals. So signals also matters. How the program looks applicants as a signals, right? Whether they keep more focus on gold signal or silver signal, or anyway, gold and silver is not a part, but the common fact is whether how they look at the signals as a part of as a part of their interviewing journey. Okay. Um, about the geographical preference. See, for example, you have put New York as a geographical preference, right? So they'll be able to see that you are interested in New York. You have also added your home address as a New York because you and your family lives over there. Okay, so they started feeling like that you are still inside the system, you know the ifs and buts of the location, and maybe you have a great chance. I'll just give an example of one of my student who lives in California right now. He imagined one of the great hospital, Eisenhower Medical Center, which is a leading hospital in entire California, and he got the match in this way. He signals, he put the preferences, he add the location preference, okay, and that's where he got the match. And that's where this works out last 2 years back to us. Now, this is the shortlisting methods which we'll be consider for our students as well. And now the work on the holistic CV as an applicant. See, I have one application which got zero interview. I just don't want to say there is a lot of challenges and all, but I have seen a couple of more mistakes, such like that, who got zero interview, one interview, or even less than that, and even like less than two. So when we say holistic CV, holistic has let's say 10 experience. So if we talk about 10 experience, are you the one who is completely gonna use your all the experiences, which is a US clinical experience, as a 10? I got one applicant who is having 9 experience as US, and he put all the 9 experiences in the entire experience section, and the 10th is left. What is the sense? Are you just a reader? Are you just a physician only? You are nothing more than that. You don't have any hobbies. You don't have any aspiration. You don't have any additional experience. If yes, then again it's a question mark, because you are not just joining you are not just joining a patient. You are joining a hospital. You are joining an ecosystem which covers more than 500 job seekers, or basically, the employees. So there are nurses, there are attendings, there are other superintendents and other people. You need to manage all of those as well. You should have some team jobs. You should have some leadership. You should have some extra curricular or extracurricular. That is called holistic. Doing clinical experience is not holistic. This is a part of your journey. This is not the entire journey. All right. So just adding experience by experience as a clinical or a clinical experience is not going to work out. Make it holistic, make it something, a mix and merge of other stuff as well. Every single experience, I'm telling you, on the first year itself, you participated in any conference and you just pick something about any of your lifespan journey. That also matters the most. You are a public speaker now. Okay. And the same way, make yourself a storyteller. See, people write personal statement by self, get proofreaded by anybody else, and then they simply submit it. They write it the way they think, okay, I feel about myself, that's good. But you feel yourself, that is okay. But how you want others to get feel about you, that is most important. What I think, it doesn't matter what people think about me. This is the most important, those matterful thing is. So it is not about writing the PS, it is about understanding how the people want you to look at. First learn that. Once you understand that how the people want you to look, and then make it, because then you have a lot of things to add. Okay, I'm a video gamer, or I'm a dancer, or I am a football player, right? Um, and I'm a sports lover. I love to have a car driving. I used to have 4 accident in my life, having a complete burnt out with the cars. Okay, maybe like a lot of things are there. So storytelling is important. My students last 2 years, 3 years, whenever we do the podcast or whenever we do the online webinars with them, they used to say that, okay, Harshit, the thing is that okay, they already know about you, they already know about your scores, they want you to personally know. They know from which med school you are, what all the things you have done it, how research papers you have published. No, they wanted to know how personally you are. And obviously, all the questions which are there with the residency interview, they are not relatable with your work, they are relatable outside of your work. So you should be a storyteller so that you always have something to speak about, okay? And the final words which is coming around the build connections. See, maybe like this is the April going on, you might not have a very good connection. So this is what you don't have, but it is not like that you can't bring. You can bring, you can find it out. You have the best platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, and others. You can channelize that platform to make your own connections using your own experiences, showing your interest, showing your passion towards matching, showing your respectful journey, what you're doing right now. Show passion, show that ke, whatever you have done it, you have done with all your abilities, and that's how you'll be growing yourself back to back. I'm not telling you that ki, you have a low score so you should not post on your social media. You should have post that I have scored this number, or if you don't want to show the numbers, no worries, but at least show that ki, I got successfully qualified in step 1 or step 2 CK or step 3, or I had a great life experience with this particular rotation which you did. You personally what you feel, go ahead with that, no worries at all, okay? Because that's where you'll be able to find out more people, okay? So everybody, the connections doesn't bring from the scratch, you need to build from the scratch, okay? So this is your today's time, you have next 6 months with you. Start working, at least give, at least I won't say daily, but at least give in within a week 2 to 3 hours to your social media platform. Learn from the social media, grow from the social media, okay? Now for the best fit for the timeline, it is the time to give you what's the plan you have to move forward, okay? So um it's a April going on, and this is a very high time to think about when you are planning to close your exams. I also recommend step 3 to be done as early as possible. Your target date ke, at least till May you should be planned ke, I'm gonna done with it until maximum August second week or third week is what you can go ahead with the step 3 as well. Okay. USCs, anybody can start. Those who have already done it, great. But if you want to do more, at least do. But for the first time applicant who are planning this year, April is the right time to thought to start ahead, so that April, May, June, July, and August, you have 5 months, 4 to 5 months time to actually do 3 to 4 rotations. Three is minimum, four is good. Okay, because you have opportunity to add all the four rotation. Okay. Then you have a research and publications. I hope anybody knows about the new change in research and publication, which is called as scholarly work. Anybody's not anybody's aware about this scholarly work? What is a new change? Aye. Anybody's aware about the scholarly work? Yeah, Rohit Arun Jadhav, quality over quantity of papers. Okay. I just give you a simple language example. Earlier, you have seen the reports of NRMP where they used to have, if you wanted to get match in surgery, you need to have 20 papers, publications, right? For internal medicine, maybe you have 7 or 10. Like they used to give mean, median, and average, right? This year, what happened is they have made a scholarly work. Scholarly work says that first very important thing is the publications, the research paper, whatever you are planning, it should be published. Okay, one thing. Second thing, if it is published, it can be if it is published under PubMed, then it is great. You have to add the PubMed ID. Otherwise, other journals are also accepted. Now, if it got published and you are looking forward for presentation, so you can present, but that is also considered a part of your publication only. So oral presentation, poster presentation, abstracts, case report, complete paper publication, every single thing is a part of one section. It is considered as one. Because see, I posted a publication of malaria example. It's a basically an observational research. So whatever I do, apart from the publishing into the good journal, anything I do that also comes under the same kitty, because it is all talking about the same particular topic, right? So it is one group. So such like that, if you do two different publications, that means two different sessions. and two different groups will be created up. Okay. So now there is nothing called numbers. Okay, there is nothing called okay, I need to have 10 researchers, 12, but at least one or two. It should be there, irrespective of specialization, no matters at all. Okay. And now after that, it's the time for the shortlisting. If you have time, that's great. You can do it so that the connection, also the personalized connection you can build up, as I told about the residents and all. Otherwise, August is a good time, okay, which you can do. Documentation and review, this should be before 20th because I think this year for 23rd is the last date. So um, till there, your documentation and every single thing should be done and you should be submitted with your application. Okay. And post application submission, you'll at least get 1 week to 2 weeks time to relax and then focus on your back on your ERAS application, which is called post ERAS submission, which is in the form of letter of intent and letter of interest and all. Okay. And then you have interview preparation and your post interview letters. Okay. So this is how your application can be stand out if the timeline meets everything. Maybe something comes around, something may not, but still, um, I would prefer if you could make this as a screen, you could take this as a screenshot and you started focusing on the entire deadlines as what I have mentioned, then there is no challenge at all which is going to become around you. You have seen that almost 5,000 applicants, those who book buyed the ERAS token, but they didn't reach out to the rank order list this stage. That is just because of lagging this entire deadlines. Okay. And I just don't want, if you are listening to me, you should not be the one who will be in this 5,000 numbers. Okay. All right. So let's move ahead. And the findings for the match 2026. My findings is the first very important thing is step three matters the most in the ranking, not in the interviewing, but in the ranking. Not all the USCs are your clinical experiences, as I mentioned you. Okay, not all the 10 clinical experiences are your USCs, right? One right connection will give you the straight match. I've seen student with two interviews got matched, and that's where the right connection builds up. Okay, she was not earlier aware about the connection, but later on she got to know. Okay, signals makes you smarter applicant. See, um, if you are applying for let's say 50 programs and you're signaling to 15 programs, and if you are very keenly segregated all those applications, all those filters and everything, I am damn sure guaranteeing you that you're not landing less than five interviews. Okay, irrespective of your YOG, irrespective of your numbers, irrespective of your failures, we at Program Insider did 100% interview success. Believe me, none a single student of mine in the last 2 years unmatched just because they don't get interviews. And every year, thousands, not hundreds, thousands of students went unmatched just because of no man's landing, which is zero interview. Okay. So smarter is important. Hard work you already did. Step one, step two, में जितना hard work करना था आप कर चुके. Now it is a smart play. Okay, this is now all about stats, smartness, and the strategic planning. Border application just help you in interview not matching. Broader application. Everybody talks about okay, let's apply with IM plus FM plus EM. Okay, apply in all of those. Apply in 300 plus programs. Be broader. See, when you be broader, you let's say got two interviews here, two here, and one here. Then when you come to the ranking, you will be struggling yourself. To whom I should be in the top? That is gonna make a very, very challenging challenging situation for you. I've seen with so many students who do like this. They see broader is good, broader is good, but broader is giving you interviews. You'll be happy that you are getting let's say 10 interviews, but 10 of three of this, four of this, three of this. No, you are not in a good stage because against the specialization you are not at the right place. Okay, so I won't suggest. I am an FM. It's a combination, relatively same specializations. Okay, work structure is relatively same. That's why we can do it, but not others. Okay, and that's where my stake. I thank you so much. I'm done with my conversation with everybody, and it is a very good time to have questions. I would also suggest everybody, those are the applicants who are applying for Match 2027, and if you are already a repeater, then we have something very good for you, which I just wanted to show you. Okay. So we have made one of our faculty, she is ready to help everybody. And we have made one very good program. This is called Applicant Success Plan. I'm just going to show you right now here. So I'll give you the link access right now over the chat box so that you can, access about the program. So this is a IMG led training program designed by an IMG. Okay. And we came to know that a lot of hurdles are there, and when it comes to the planning and plotting of everything, it is very important to know every single fact and figures, whether it is about personal statement writing, from where to start and how to conclude. When it comes to ERAS application, how to fill up the ERAS application step by step, point by point. So we have made a course for this. Is probably going to be of 10 hour of session, which covers from application form filling to the getting match, including your interview rounds and everything. And apart from this 10 hours of a training session, which is going to be a platform based session, you'll be getting a monthly doubt solving review class as well, which will help you that if you have done something and you wanted to talk about that particular document or about that particular thing, so you have an opportunity to get trained from the faculty as well. Okay. So this is what we have made. This is going to be a very simple thing, and a lot of giveaways will be coming around after the session, so I'll be talking about that as well later. Okay. So now let's jump to a quick question. The chat is yours. I want everybody to drop the chat. I have the next 5 to 10 minutes only because we have another session as well after that. Okay. I'm keeping the question from bottom to top. So AG, can you please come up with the mic, and uh, I just wanted to have your name first, right?
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your good name?
Okay, my name is Ayala.
What?
My name is Ayale.
ILS. Okay. From which country you belongs to?
So I am from Sudan.
Huh? Which one?
Sudan.
Sudan. Okay, great. Okay, so as I can see your application, whatever you have showed me. See, it looks pretty good. That's not a problem. See, if you
Okay.
say me that, okay, this is the application I'm gonna put, then I'll say I don't know about you, because you have given me numbers, you have given me pointers, right? How you present those pointers, it is the most important thing, right? For example, I'll tell you,
Mm-hmm.
worked in a primary care for 2 years, including the chronic outpatient clinic. Okay, understood. But
Yes.
what you did under that? What is a bottom line experience you got? What relatable characteristics you wanted to put in the application, which is under the ERA section? That all important. So when you
Yeah.
fill the application, when
Yeah.
you make your application, that will give you the final conclusion, that how you will be gonna
Yeah.
present your
Yeah.
entire documentary. Okay, even one single experience which you have
Yeah.
not done very much thing, but if you present well, you'll gonna know that this actually worked out for
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Yeah. I know.
So
I know.
presentation is important. Rest all the things you have already done,
Okay.
you are pretty well. Okay. Eugen is having a question: without
Okay. So
USC, what are my yeah,
okay.
any
Okay.
question?
Okay.
Okay, right,
Can
you
I
you
ask?
can unmute.
Okay. So do you think on paper I will have to work on my application? But
Yeah,
on
yeah, you
paper, am I good for family medicine?
yeah, for family medicine I'm talking about. So you have a you're a
Okay.
good applicant for family
Okay.
medicine, right? Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about Eugen. So Eugen is having without USC, what are my chances? So Eugen, I'll be very honest with you. See, I just don't want you to win the match. Uh, Tell me one simple thing. You are sitting in front of an HR and you are asking for a job, which is, let's say, a job of a digital marketing candidate, or let's say a job of a content creator, and you haven't done any content creation till now. So you're going blindly with them, right? And this is going to put a very bad impact on you, on that particular HR as well. So how they accept you? They primarily reject your application by saying that you don't have an experience in that. So when you apply without USA, you have to you can see that you likely to get one or two interview, which is just a shadow interview. They just take your interview because they usually take 200-300 of interviews, so they can take you as well, but you are not in their ranking list. I just don't want to give you hope. Okay, so I'm just very honest with you. And what other thing you can do is a tele-rotation. But again, it will it will create 5 to maximum 10% of matching chance. We are not a rotation giver. We are not a rotation promoter. We are just a one who is called India's first residency matching bridge and portfolio platform. So we are very honest with you that if things which won't work out and things which can work out, I should be transparent enough in front of you. Okay. All right, AG, I'm done. Any further question anybody still having? Program list that your team is making, how much it cost? Jesse, right now I cannot quote you the pricing and amount. I would rather suggest you that stay in touch with our team. Okay, I'll share you the contact number. Okay, because the new centralized program list is coming for this match season in the month of late April, and the pricing will be shared you with them only. Okay, and I have shared the contact number of a concerning person. Even the presentation is showing the same. You can reach out to them, and those are planning for match 27, reattemptee, or wanted to go for a match application. This program actually works for you. I'm damn sure. I'm just putting you that case. This you should take. This plan will be starting by 1st of May, probably. So you can have a pre-bookings open. Okay. If someone has an EAD, do you think they should not apply for visa sponsoring program? It's not. You should apply to both. Okay. Whether they offer visa, not offer visa, doesn't matter. Okay. Because EAD, everybody will not accept. I'll tell you one thing. I got an opportunity to recommend one personal feedback to one of the student in Retire Healthcare. But when I told about the EAD scene, so they told that we take USIMG, we don't take EAD. So that's very clear. Okay. So I have a question. I am from a new medical college and nobody has matched from my college. Will it still be possible? Yeah. See, I'm not telling you connection is only your med school connection. Maybe nearby to your med school, like you live in, let's say, Bombay, and the very new recent college which has established, you joined that and you are the first applicant. But in Bombay, there are a lot of other colleges now where the people got matched, right? So you can reach out to them. Not Bombay, the entire state of Maharashtra, you can reach out to them, right? Not the state, you can reach out to the country. See, we are living in a country where people are ready to help each other. So you are open to take an advisory from anybody. But still, if you want, we are also there to help you out. Okay. All right. Anybody still having question? Yeah, there is one more person who's having a year of gap. So can someone with YOG more than 10 years have a chance to match, but has been actively practicing from the last 10 years? Sure. Really, it is possible. Um, I have every year, usually one or two student comes with the gap of 5 to 7 years or more than 7 years. Anything over and above of 5 years is equal to the 10 years, equal to 20 years. Okay. So what my suggestion is, doctor, if you are having a gap of more than 10 years, then you can consider this as a journey. Okay, but wisely apply for the program. Every single program takes a cost. It is $30 per program. So if you are losing, let's say 20 applications, you are losing $600. Okay, so I just want you to make sure that okay, whatever you are applying, apply with the smartness, not just with the broader application. Okay. Um, Failed attempt of step one. See, there is no such clarification about that. Okay, if I failed step one, so will I get match or will I not get matched? I have a student who matched. I have a student who not get matched. So I cannot say that this is specifically can be done, is specifically not be done. So it is all your application. If you have one red flag, doesn't matter. You can replace it to the other. That's not an issue. Okay, Krishna, can you please repeat how many months of USC for IM and FM dual application? 4 months of USC. 4 months of USC, 4 LORs enough, minimum. Okay. And rest 6 experiences you can add if you're Indian or other volunteer experiences. Okay. So I think we are done with the queries. I have to leave out and I have to move to the next one. And I'm really sorry if still your queries are there. So I rather suggest you to reach out to our counselor or our people on the number which I'll be sharing you. They'll be trying to help you out by maximum by tonight or by tomorrow. Okay. And I want everybody to give a strong feedback about this session. How would you rate? How would you feel about that? Also, look forward about your journey very seriously, because it's not like so many months you have. You have just 5 months left. Planning is what which is very important. And still, if you have anything left, obviously we are there to help you out. We are your residency match partner. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, and I hope you'll match this year. Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a nice day.